And the way I think of oysters and pearls is when the world, right? Like you want to make the world your oyster. You want something really good, something really special to come out of it. Well, we've both had what I would classify as really tough experiences. We've been really challenged by our residency. We've been challenged by our associateship. And I think we've got a really great pearl out of it. So we want to share with you kind of how we went through that process and what that process is like. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the 4 Ds to your dream year after dental school. We're going to help you design your vision, discover your goals for residency and associateship so that you go in with things and goals that you want to meet, right? Then we're going to help you do your due diligence. Most people who apply go about it by asking 5 or 6 questions every time they go to an interview, and it's actually more in-depth than that. So we're going to give you basically absolutely everything you need to know to find the perfect residency or associateship for you. And lastly, we're going to help you decide where to go. The good thing is once you get through the first 3 steps, the 4th one is really easy. So how many of you guys know Muhammad Ali? Everybody should raise their hand. Okay. I love Muhammad Ali. I think it's because he's really tenacious. And I've been accused of being a very tenacious person myself. And so I love this quote. I know where I'm going, and I know the truth, and don't have to be what you want me to be. I'm free to be what I want. But the question I want you to ask yourself is, do you know what you want to be? Because a lot of us don't. I don't think a lot of us really have the clarity that Muhammad Ali had, right? And so today, I want you to utilize this presentation and be as interactive as possible. We have a lot of interactive parts to help you see what you want to be, to help you design your vision, so that you know.
So Erin, the thing that I love most about this quote is the fact that it's really true. It's obvious that you need to know where you're going in order to get there, right? But the other thing I love about it is the person who said it. So I don't know how many of you guys know this, but Muhammad Ali, before he was Muhammad Ali, was Cassius Clay, right? This young guy who didn't have much going for him, kind of from a rough background, except he had intentionality and he had a dream. And he figured out that if he needed to figure out where he was going, he could use his potential to get him there. And that's how Cassius Clay makes it to be Muhammad Ali, the greatest boxer that we know, somebody that all of you guys recognize from Simple Picture.
And so everybody have one of these sheets of paper. I passed out a bunch. I've always wanted to be a teacher, by the way, since I was like 5, so that's why I brought paper all the way to New York from Boston and Chicago. And I want you to take out this piece of paper and look. What do you see in the first thing? It's like Y with a blank, right? I want you to write down what makes you get up and go at your core. Most of you guys are going to get this wrong at first because you're going to think, oh, I'm going to write down school because I have to get up and I have to go to school every day. Or I have to go to my job because I want to pay my bills and I want to pay off my school loans. Or I have to. We always think about the things that we have to do every day. What I want you to write down is something that you get the opportunity to do. Something that you wake up and you're like, I am so lucky to do this every day. I am just honored and blessed and all of these good things to be able to wake up and do what I do. And the challenge here is it's okay if it's not dentistry. Somebody who impacted me early in my life was Mike Maru. He is a dentist, but I don't think of him as a dentist. I think of him as like an adventurous, like canyoner, you know, if you follow him on Instagram. And so it's okay if it's not dentistry related, but I want you to write it down because it's going to help you define your dreams. And then when you define your dreams, you can live intentionally every day, right? Because you can have goals and you can have ideas and you can have a purpose for your day-to-day life. And then it's going to help you visualize your life. Amisha is going to go through a lot of visualization techniques that we like to use when we're planning, and I want you guys to be able to write it down so that you can have it later on. And lastly, it's commit. Over the past year, you heard from Jason Watch earlier, he has been somebody who's kind of been a sounding board for me. I've gone through a lot of struggles, I've had a lot of challenges, and I've had the opportunity to overcome. But the reason I was able to overcome a lot of those challenges is because we had a big, hairy, audacious goal, this vision that I had for 20 or 30 years down the line, that was my lighthouse through it all. So now everybody has to stand up. It's like 5 o'clock and you're super tired. And I know you hate this, but I love standing up. Now that why that you just wrote down or didn't write down because you weren't following the directions, when I count down to 3, everybody has to read theirs out loud. There's a fact that you know 10% of what you read, you remember 20% of what you today you're going to experience your why. Okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. That's amazing. So now you have to commit to it. Everybody go ahead and get down. Now you have to commit to that goal, right? Because I want you to be the boss of your body. Just like an exercise, you have to tell your brain what to do. You have to tell your brain how to work, right? You have to tell your brain what its vision is, and you have to tell your brain what it's chasing, because it wants to be distracted. It wants to be distracted by TV and internet and life and, you know, famous people and all of the things that our culture is kind of consumed with, right? And you have to be able to take a step back and look at your lighthouse. You have to be able to look at your